Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this week's Mostelite podcast. Today, we're talking about one of my favorites. We're talking about Risk of Rain. And for those of you who haven't heard of Risk of Rain, it's an independent game developed by, I don't know how to say it, Hopo Games. It's spelled Hoppa Games. Now, is that Hopo or is it Hopo? English language is weird. But we're talking about Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain, I guess just in general, the video you'll see will be Risk of Rain 2, which is in early access on Steam. Go get that right now. It looks nothing like Risk of Rain Run. That sounds like a mobile Risk of Rain Run. I'm giving it to you for free, Hopo Games. Get on that. But the Risk of Rain 1 is a side-scrolling game where you see your characters on a 2D plane the entire game. And, I mean, I shouldn't be lazy. I should probably just record some Risk of Rain Run. Well, damn, why do I keep saying Run? Hopo Games, give me my mobile version. I should probably just record some Risk of Rain 1 and do like a comparison for you really fast in the video. I might do that. If I don't do that, don't hate me so much. But I'm kind of lazy. I don't know. I just figured out how to do this cool streaming thing with my camera. I got a face cam for you guys. It won't be in this video, but it'll probably be in the next ones, just to test it out, to see if anybody wants to see my face. I mean, I like my face. Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain is a 2D side-scrolling platformer collect 'em up. It's like a loot game. It's a roguelike. Anybody ever play a roguelike game? Like Binding of Isaac, or the Enter the Gungeon, or the Nuclear Throne. Dead Cells is a really popular one. A roguelike game is basically this. You start the game fresh, you have nothing. As you play the game, you encounter enemies which you kill, and there will either the enemies will drop power-ups or items that help you progress into your run, or bosses will drop them, or there will be chests scattered about, or just item receptacles, I'll call them, because it's not always chests. In Risk of Rain, there's like little pods. There are chests in Risk of Rain. In Dead Cells, there are like little tubes that you smash open. So it's not always chest. Binding of Isaac, there's like no chest. You just, oh wait, yeah, there are the keys. You use keys to open chest. So normally it's chest, I guess. Jesus, oh, that's really lazy. Wait, is there one where it's not chest? Rogue Legacy? Did Rogue Legacy have chest, or did you just get the power? Whatever. A roguelike game is you start fresh, you have nothing, you beat items, you beat enemies, you beat enemies, get items, power up, empower yourself through your run. There's normally a set amount of stages, sometimes 5, sometimes 6. It's a small number. Unless it's Dead Cells, which I don't know the limit of Dead Cells. I never beat it. You can't beat roguelikes. You just do better each time. I mean, you can beat them. I mean, in so much as there's a credits if you get to where the developers think this is the end. But there's so much to do and so many variations to play, you can't ever really beat it. And that sort of creates a gameplay loop of you can keep playing it and it's always different. Even if the difference is something small, like last run you had a triple jump. This run you can fly. You know, oh, Hades is a roguelike that I fucking love. You know what? I'm doing a Hades video. I might do it today. Don't quote me on that. Don't unquote me on the quote. Don't at me. No, please at me though. I'm actually trying to build my channel, so if you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be really great. No, so that's what a roguelite is. You build your power up, you do everything, and you fight bosses. And I mean, I know that sounds like, oh man, that's like every game. It's not like every game, because every run is modular, and so as you're picking up different stuff every single time you play, and every time you play you'll have like maybe, again, as a Risk of Rain example, in the video I pick up mushrooms that when I stand still I heal faster than I would just, you heal over time in Risk of Rain, but it's at a very slow rate. But if you pick up like mushrooms, if you stand still out of combat, you'll heal at like double or triple the rate or something like that, which is really useful. But the next run you'll pick up like a teddy bear, which reduces incoming damage. Now keep in mind, it's like a loot game. Most roguelikes are like loot games, so you'll encounter more power-ups that help accent ones you already have. So some runs you might pick up 10 of the teddy bear and you'll just be tank man McTank, where you can just face tank damage and you know you might not have good damage output because you've been getting unlucky with the drops, or you got 10 teddy bears and no like missile launcher or no item that changes how much damage you do. Most roguelikes, you have starting weapons or starting abilities, and those abilities are augmented by the items you pick up. In Risk of Rain, the character I'm playing here, number 2, is the Commando. Each character in Risk of Rain has 4 powers, and are mapped to right trigger, right bumper, left trigger, left bumper if you're on Xbox, R2, L2, L1, R1 if you're on PS4. PC, you can map it to any key you fucking want. So those 4 powers are your abilities, and every item you pick up, except the defensive items or utility items, augment those abilities. So the Commando's R trigger is dual guns. You could pick up an attack speed item. Now that will augment every attack you make. And the dual guns, instead of just shooting like 1 2 1 2, will do 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and you could pick up an infinite amount of those attack speed items. I mean, honestly, you could shoot like machine guns out of your R2, and your R2 is infinite. It doesn't have a cooldown. These powers all have cooldowns with the exception of your standard attack. Now, some characters, their standard attack does have cooldowns because they're a little bit stronger. They have a little bit more worth than just shooting. The Commando's the starting character. He's the starting character in number 1 as well. In number 1, I feel like he's better. Like, I feel like the Commando is better in 1 than in this one. I might just be an idiot, but for some reason I've already beat the game with the robot, but I haven't been able to clear the game with the Commando or the Hunter. The Hunter, just because the Hunter, she has very low health, and you know how that goes. You normally, characters with low health have something to offset it. I feel like she doesn't. What she does have is a teleport, which I guess is fair, and her L2 is a big ass spinny glaive that can bounce up to 6 times off of enemies, and each enemy it bounces off of, it gets stronger. So by the 6th enemy it hits, it'll deal 6 times damage. So if you throw that at a boss, you're looking pretty good. The goal of Risk of Rain is you start off on a planet, planetoid, ice planet, plant planet, skyscraper planet, whatever. You start off on a planet somewhere. You run around, kill ads to collect money. Collect enough money to open up the chest. I try to open every chest in each stage. Doesn't always work out that well or that way, but I do try to open every chest. Once you open all the chests, you have to find in the level, you'll see in the video, a thing called a teleporter. The teleporter then transports you to the next stage. So once you beat the boss, like, so when you open the teleporter, there will be a boss. It can be, the bosses are random, and on later difficulties, there'll be 2 bosses or 3 bosses, or there'll be a singular boss you have to beat to leave. But the world map now has 3 bosses on it. You can fight them if you want because they're going to interfere with your fight, but you can't really get away with that unless you got the best power-ups. Even in 1, you know, this one I feel like is a lot harder than 1. I think because it's 3D. In 1, it's 2D, and all the chests and all the items you can see plainly. You can just see them flat out on the map. In this, you have to find them, and that wastes time. And time is super, super, super important in Risk of Rain, because if you look to the top right of the video, you'll see a meter, a time meter there. It has minutes, and you'll see the words easy followed by the word medium. The way difficulty works in Risk of Rain is the longer you stay on a planet, the more time you spend, the harder the game gets. It has easy, medium, hard, very hard, then I see you, I'm coming for you, and ha 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 ha. Those are the difficulty levels. When you get to that ha 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 ha, unless you have the best loadout, you're probably gonna die. The enemies aren't fucking around. It's just bosses everywhere as regular enemies. Just bosses as regular enemies on the map. In addition to all elite enemies, the enemies come in, you know, it's a roguelike, so the enemies come in normal and elite. The elite ones have more health, more damage. They will fuck you up. And Risk of Rain it has so many secrets to find. Like in this video, I go to this altar world, and there's a character hidden behind a paywall of 10 lunar items in number 2, introduced in 2, where you kill an enemy, they might drop it. If they drop it, you can find your way back to this temple. If you can get 10, then you can get a character. And I want to get that character, so probably when I stop this video, I'm going to keep playing so I can get that character, because I really want it. But no, in all seriousness, this game is really, really awesome. It's see, I loved 1, you know, so when I heard that they were doing it too, I was super excited. And the fact that it's in early access and they're still working on it means it can only get better. Because I don't trust many developers, but I trust Hoppo or Hoppo Games because they delivered a solid product in number 1. If you haven't played 1, just go and play it. It's really, really fun. I think I've streamed it a couple of times. It's really cool. But for 2, they really went all out, man. The fact that they made it 3D and it still works just like 1, it just goes to show that they understand what they were trying to do with Risk of Rain. Maybe this was even the first game they wanted to make but couldn't. You know, money constraints. And they just delivered what they could with 1, and they did a hell of a job. And now we have this one. So it's $20 on Steam, guys. You probably really should go and get it. We could probably play together. It has online multiplayer. It's really cool. But Risk of Rain, I think I covered everything. It's a roguelike. You collect items to power yourself up. The items are always different every single time you play, creating a unique experience every time you play. And I know I sound like one of those guys on the E3 stage selling you this game. I'm not getting paid by Apple Games. I just want more people to play this game because I love this game. Every single time you play, it'll be different. You unlock new characters with different play styles and different powers. Each character feels like a new, fresh experience. Like it really is amazing, and it's really fun. Honestly, there's not much else for me to say about it. You know, there's the bosses variations, item variations. You're gonna die a lot. That's just the fact of life, unfortunately. Take the good, you take the bad. You fight a boss, and there you have the facts of life. You're getting cooked for sure. Until you get like a rhythm, you're getting fucked. And even if you have a good rhythm, you're completely at the mercy of the RNG gods. Because you open one of these chests, it might be the items come in tiers: white, green, orange for utility, red for tier 3. And the red items are so rare, and considering this is in early access, I don't even know how many red items are in this game. I've only gotten 3 different ones. I've gotten 1 repeatedly, but I've gotten 3 different ones. So I don't know. I love this game, guys. Please go and play it. This will be the end of this video, but I'm probably gonna do something else because I don't know, man. Things have been in my world life have been weird. So I love this game. I want you guys to love this game. Go and pick it up. It's Risk of Rain 2. $20 on Steam. You will not regret your purchase. I know I don't. Alright, guys. Thanks for stopping in this week. We'll have something else cool coming up. I know I got to do Devil May Cry. I've been wanting to do that since March. I just haven't had the time, honestly. But we'll see if we can make some time for that. Alright, thank you, guys.